We start retrospect this week in 1994, with Alberta gun owners continuing their fight against federal gun laws.
United we will stand.
On Monday, May 26, 2,500 gun owners and supporters gathered in Wainwright to rally against Ottawa's tough gun legislation. The event spawned the birth of the Responsible Firearms Owners of Alberta, and their protest drew media attention from across the continent. But the one person they were hoping to reach didn't respond as they'd planned. Instead, Justice Minister Alan Rock talked about a total ban on handguns and a national firearms registry. So now the group is taking another shot at the federal gun legislation by holding 4 more rallies in August.
When these rallies are done, the government's going to realize that there is a force that has to be reckoned with.
With one successful rally under his gun belt, Merv Bruno is aiming for more of the same at rallies in Lethbridge, Olds, Edmonton, and St. Paul. To stay on target, the Responsible Firearms Group is trying to dispel its redneck image to appeal to more politicians in Ottawa. But some members believe it will be hard selling the responsible gun owners' image to a government they say doesn't understand the issue.
You take the guys that killed that girl down in Toronto in the restaurant. They shot her with a sawed-off shotgun. You think that they went down and registered their fire? This is crazy.
Organizers of the upcoming St. Paul rally are hoping the event will trigger a response from local gun owners.
Government, they'll just shove that down your throat and we take it and keep taking it. This way here, it'll give the people of St. Paul an opportunity to voice their opinion, to show the government that we're not going to stand for it anymore.
The St. Paul rally is set for August 21st. The RFOA is hoping pro-gun supporters will attend all 4 rallies to show Alan Rock Albertans will not be shot down by Ottawa's gun legislation.
And in 1998, area residents start raising large birds.
When you think of birds, you may not think of them being this big. It takes a lot to even raise these ostriches to this size. Temperatures have to be just right, and a lot of TLC is involved.
They're really hard to raise, actually, and a lot of people have had trouble with them, and sometimes they have a total wipeout. But we've been fortunate so far. We've got 13 hatched and 13 alive, and we'll see what happens.
Even though ostriches originate from Africa, they don't seem to need the excessive heat that goes along with it. As long as temperatures are comfortable, Canada's climate suits them just fine.
I have seen ostrich adults living in a farm where they just had a fence and a building with not even a door on it, where they could get a little bit of shelter, and they survived winter down by Calgary. Now, we didn't feel like we wanted to take that chance, so we've got sheds that have doors, and we actually lock them in at night if it's really cold. A good part of the winter they're closed at night and open in the day, and then we have a little bit of heat. We put a furnace in, and just a very minimal amount of heat to make it, just take the edge off the heat.
Ostriches are an industry that was huge, then let off a little, and now a surge upwards could be in the future.
The prices were around $50,000 a pair a few years back, and they've dropped drastically. And I haven't bought any lately, so I'm thinking around $10,000 or $15,000 a pair, but I'm not even sure if they're that high at the moment. The bottom fell out of the market, but now it's starting to come back, and we feel optimistic that it's going to be okay. We were talking to the Alberta Ostrich Association recently, and they said the prices they believe are going to go up, and they won't go back to what they were. But we're hoping that we can get as much as $500 or $600 for a year-old chick next summer.
In the 1 year the Chicago's have been raising these birds, everything has gone as planned. If the markets cooperate, this area of diversified farming will continue well into the future.
It's a good business. We have had our ups and downs, but we feel that it's coming back, and we're quite optimistic about the future. And we hope to have about 50 little chicks that'll be about 6 feet tall or something like that by next summer to sell.
And this has been our week in retrospect.
Retrospect this week is brought to you by Webb's Ford. Worth your while to drive the extra mile. Webb's Ford in Vermilion.